What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Real Talk by Jay. I know it's been a little minute, but we back. Today we're gonna be talking about a revelation that God gave me yesterday. That really, it really hit and also related to me because I've experienced it before. So I titled it "Sports versus God," but specifically for me, it was basketball versus God. So, as you know, any sport, whether it's high school sports, college sports, we go through the process of working out, practicing, playing games, that whole process, watching film, training sessions to work on fundamentals and skills and stuff like that. But speaking on basketball specifically, that God gave me, it was like, it's weird how, like, whenever or in my experience with basketball, we would, practice and prepare for a game in college, watch film, do these things, get up shots, all that stuff. And then we'll play a game and maybe we end up losing the game. We don't end up sitting in that loss, especially if it's like early on in the season. Because the very next day, we're right back to it. Sometimes me and some of my teammates will come back right from a game and we'll get right back in the gym no matter what time it was. Maybe it was 10 or 11 p.m. at night, and we'll get right back in the gym, putting up shots, getting in works to work on the things that wasn't working while we were in the game. And it's just like that in general for any practice: football, basketball, soccer, even cheerleading, dance, whatever the case is. Anytime we have to perform and the performance doesn't go as we plan, we always go on to the next day. We move on from it, right? We go on to the next day and we prepare for what is to come next. But we also focus on, okay, what are the things we need to work on that we saw that needs little tweaks here and there. And what God showed me is like, man, it happens all the time with sports. Like, we'll take that time to put in extra work. I remember me getting up at 4 a.m., sometimes 3 a.m., before I had 8 a.m. classes to put in extra shots, get in extra work while everybody else is sleeping, just so my performance could show up a little bit better in the games. But it's just like, okay, we do that for sports, we do that for this, that, and the other. But when it comes to God, it's like, if we, stop spending time with God, it's just like he's gone forever. As if, like, like he's literally God. Like, we need to understand that God is a loving God and that he wants to have a relationship with us. So as much as we are willing to continually grow in our sports or our other extra activities, we need to have that same mindset when it comes to God. Even if you haven't talked to God in years, even if you, in a sense, backslid, you can come back to him. You have the opportunity to come back to him. So don't ever feel like that you mess up one time. The performance, if we're speaking sports, did not go as planned. And instead of us just sitting in it, which that's something I feel like we do when it comes to God. Like, we do something bad, we just sit in it like, God, I'm sorry. Like, man, he's not gonna forgive me. Like, I'm just not even gonna serve him no more because I did this, I did that, I said this, I said that. And no, it's the same concept. You can go back to him. He is welcoming you back with open arms, just like the prodigal son. If you look in the Bible, the story about the prodigal son, it is the same concept with God. So my encouragement to y'all would be, even if you haven't, talked to God in a while, you feel like you backslid, that you just don't feel confident in your relationship with him, you can always go back to him. And he will welcome you back with open arms. Don't ever feel like he neglects you or that he doesn't want you to be in his life. That is false. I don't know if somebody told you that or the devil has been trying to get in your mind about that, but you definitely need to have a relationship with God. And something else that I wrote down whenever God gave me a revelation is, I see like preparation for a game is like a battle. So if we're talking about in God terms, as we continue to spend time with God, we continue to pray, get in His Word and watch sermons, go to church, things like that, hang out with people who fear God and who follow God and know His Word as well, we can help ourselves prepare for a battle that Satan has planned. Satan is always here to attack us here and there in small situation, big situation, expectantly and even unexpectedly. So we need to have that same mindset as much as we prepare for games and playoffs and finals and whatever the case is. Even with school, it's the same concept with school. When we're prepared for LEAP tests or preparing for a regular test or preparing for final grade, a final project, we're taking that time to prepare for what is to come. It's the same concept with God. We can have that same concept with God. We can continue to spend time with God. We can continue to pray. We can continue to go to church, because the devil is going to attack us, and you want to be ready. You want to be war ready, because we're always in a spiritual war, whether you know or not. So I hope this encourages y'all. After this video, you should go read your Bible, you should go pray to God, you should go journal, you should go do something, and let God know that you're willing to get back right. And the same mindset and the same motivation that you have for your sports and extracurricular activities, try it with God. Try that same motivation with God and see how far He gets you. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're Real Talk by Jay. I will be back soon. Thank y'all for being patient. And no, don't like, subscribe. Don't do all that. You ain't gotta do all that. Just watch the video. Okay? Love y'all.